everyone, and welcome to another edition of Decoded. Every week, I am going to bring experts in their field to demystify and decode those practices that are interesting to you, but you have been quite skeptical
Mm,
about it. The idea is for you to expand your toolbox as you navigate through the challenges that may arise as you navigate to the best version of yourself. So today I have with us Melissa Burgio. Melissa, how about if you introduce yourself?
okay, so hi. Thank you so much for having me today. This is an honor. I'm
Absolutely.
excited to be part of this with you. And again, my name is Melissa Burgio. I live in Massachusetts and I am a master practitioner in hypnotherapy, emotional freedom technique, time techniques, life and success coaching. But I also am so much more than that. I am Reiki 2 certified, and I'm also integrated energy therapy certified, which is healing with the angels, which is like so exciting to me.
I cannot wait to dig into this conversation because there's so much to talk about.
It really is.
I guess I would like, let's start from the beginning. What got you into this path?
Very good question. So, I have been on the healing path probably for 12 years, if not longer, right? Because, sometimes we just do these things and we don't know that we're doing them. But I
Yep.
got into the energy healing space in 2014 when I moved an hour away from home where I grew up and I wanted to meet new friends. So I went into this integrated energy therapy. Actually, the first thing I did was go to a basic angels class, like to learn about the healing angels of the energy field. And long story short, I loved it so much that I like went up the ranks of certification. It started like with basic, intermediate, advanced, master level. I was like, I have to have it all. I was like, ding, 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 ding. Like within a year, I was a master instructor of integrated energy therapy because I just loved the whole, working with the angels in the healing field, in the energy field to help people release, the stuckness that they feel in their different
Yeah.
like chakras, right? Um, Long story short, I left my corporate job at the end of 2017, and my goal was to do energy healing specifically. Like I'm going to start this business, and I'm going to do the integrated energy therapy, and I'm going to heal the masses, right? But I had all of these like tiny little voices saying, you can't make a living doing energy healing. You have to figure out something else. So interestingly, in 2020, my best friend and I started a business, and I left behind the energy healing. But flash forward like 2 or 3 years, I was really missing it because like I feel like it was such a, a huge part of who I am. And I came upon this course in the NLP, the neuro linguistic programming, the hypnotherapy. And I was like, I need to do this work for myself. Like I need to
I
heal
love it.
all of these things from like my childhood, past life, generational so that I can be the best version of myself. So my intention when I did it was not to become a coach, but it happened because of course, again, like I had to go to the master level after practitioner. I was like, I need to know
Yes.
all the things so that I can help all the people. And here we are today. And it took me turning 50 to realize that I needed to do something that was meaningful to my soul.
Yeah.
And the work that I was doing in my business with my business partner was not fulfilling me in any fashion. Like I love being of service to people, but I needed to get back to my healing roots.
Oh, I love it. I have a question for you because actually, coincidentally, it came in last week's interview and now as well in this one and my own story. We all have been corporate junkies who transition to the holistic care
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
metaphysical care. Could you describe what, because everyone is different, what was that moment of, okay, I need to do something different?
Well, I think that when I first started doing the integrated energy therapy, it was to heal myself. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's like an inner knowing, right? That you know that
Yeah.
this is what you're meant to do. Like I was in corporate for over 20 years, and I always knew that there was a greater purpose for me. But like, of course, the golden handcuffs, right? Like
Yes.
the salary, and that's what kept me there.
Yeah.
But we had this, I had this experience. I worked for a telecommunication company, and we went on strike, and we were on strike for 7 weeks. And it was in that time that I realized that the money didn't matter to me as much as my peace of mind,
Yes.
you know? And I knew that there was a way for me to um, take my craft and turn it into a business.
I
Um,
love it.
yeah,
I
it
love it.
really was that. Like,
Thank you for sharing that story because I meet a lot of people that have that knowing that there's something bigger, something better. But then we disguise our own fears on their responsibilities. And,
yes,
you know, the journey is not easy,
no.
but it's so worth it. It is so worth it, the view from the other side. So, moving on, how I know that all of these practices, like the hypnotherapy and the energy and the angel guidance, all they all come together in perfect timing for
Yes.
you to incorporate. How do you use those practices with your clients? Do you use them all at the same time? Do you pick and choose? How do you use them with your clients?
That's a really good question. Until fairly recently, I felt like I kept them all separate.
Okay.
But now I realize, and I have in recent months, that taking all of those tools and incorporating them into a framework so that
Yes.
I can, from a multi-diverse perspective, take from each as it needs to be. Like, say, for example, I have a client who is feeling heartache because, like, one of my techniques is I can release negative emotions. But
Yeah.
sometimes in that moment, I want to call in Reiki or I want to call in the healing angels because I want to be able to support them fully.
Oh, I love that. I
Yeah, so it
absolutely love that.
absolutely, yeah, it's not just I'm not just one modality. I am a combination of all of the things that I have chosen to learn.
Oh
And
my goodness, I love that. It
yeah.
is such a rich experience
Hmm.
when we go into someone that um, has several certifications because I am an energy sensitive, you are as well.
Hmm.
We can feel the difference of a full-blown holistic approach.
Yes.
I would like to dive in a little bit into hypnotherapy.
Okay.
So, if you were going to decode hypnotherapy in the lamest terms so that people understand what is it and what does it entail?
Okay, so I feel like hypnotherapy gets a bad rap.
Oh, that
Um,
was going to be my next question.
yeah, um, because there are some entertainment hypnotherapists or
Yes.
hypnotists. I wouldn't even call them hypnotherapists. I would call them hypnotists. And I, for example, know of one from like when I was in my 20s. If you went to a bar, there was this guy who was like the R-rated hypnotist. And he would call people up on stage and he would then like, I don't want to say exploit
Yeah.
their, drunkenness, but he would like actively search out for somebody who was open to, say,
Yeah.
for example, quacking like a duck or standing in the corner on their head because
Yeah.
they're easily susceptible. And that's what they wanted to do in that moment. I know that
Hmm.
I would go and I'd be like, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. And he wouldn't have picked me because I wasn't open to receive. So that's the thing about hypnotherapy is that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, and we often go into hypnotic trances when we don't even realize it. Like, say you're driving down the street and you all of a sudden are home and you're like, how did I get here? It's because you went into a hypnotic trance because you knew exactly where you needed to go. Or
Yeah.
like you're washing dishes and you're just kind of like zoning out. That's a hypnotic state as well. So I really do feel like the entertainment industry has given hypnotists a bad name because we can't make you do anything that you don't already want to do,
Yeah, and I
you
have
know?
personally gone through several hypnotherapy sessions. And something that I want to clarify is
Mm.
that you always are in control should you feel uncomfortable and need to stand up. Okay, so that, but I don't know the mechanics behind it. So what's happening when you take a person? What's happening to the person's brain when you personally take a person through the process to get into the relaxation stage?
So it's very interesting to me because before I got into hypnotherapy, I loved to listen to meditations
Yeah,
and I equate hypnosis and hypnotherapy to like a guided meditation where, we and like you said, you're always in control. Like if there's ever a moment when you're being hypnotized that you don't feel like you want to continue, it is within your power to do so because I'm basically just a facilitator for
yeah,
hypnotherapy and hypnosis, but the client is in control of what happens in that session. The
yeah,
I think the biggest piece is, the guided hypnosis induction, which is basically just meditation to get you relaxed and to feel like your subconscious can share
yeah,
what it's thinking because like your subconscious is always trying to keep you safe. Um, so when we get people into a relaxed state, they're able to hear their subconscious thoughts as opposed to just those conscious thoughts that are rolling over in their head.
yeah.
So the process is to just relax the client so that they feel supported and relaxed so that we can then, say, for example, somebody comes to me for visibility, we'll do the hypnosis and then help them realize that they are completely safe to be visible, they are
Yeah.
completely safe to use their voice. Um, but that's really the mechanics of it is a gentle induction for relaxation and then using the client's own words to help them see that they don't need to have that limiting belief anymore.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. What has been the biggest transformation that you have seen in your practice? And that there's always one person that you still kind of get excited about, not because of you, but because of what they were able to achieve through the process that you guide them through.
Oh yeah, I mean, there are so many examples, but you know what? The one that stands out to me the most is a client who self-identified as like a nerd, right? A computer nerd and like designing websites from the time she's 12. And seeing her be able to step into the adult version of herself, acknowledging that that 12-year-old geek is like really an amazing person and to not take that as something negative about themselves because there's nothing negative about it at all.
Yeah.
And to see her grow and change as a result of um, using that modality to be able to honor herself was the biggest blessing I've ever felt because she's
Wow.
somebody that's in my life all the time and just seeing the changes in her that she made herself. I didn't make those changes, she did because
That
she
is
had belief in
amazing.
herself.
That is absolutely amazing. It's just so amazing to hear this because we do so much to ourselves. And yes, it is based on our conditioning, it is
Hmm.
based on the environment, the things that we're
Yes.
exposed to, but we normalize that and then
Yes.
hurt ourselves so much. So, what are the biggest, the most common things that people come to you for?
So traditionally, people used hypnosis and hypnotherapy for like weight loss and smoking cessation, which,
Okay.
is it's really great when somebody chooses to do that for themselves. But for me, what I specialize in is helping women stop hiding from themselves so that they can share their gifts with the world.
I
You know,
love that.
yeah. I mean, as women, especially in today's day and age, we need to honor our voices and be able to share them because
Yes.
if not now, when?
Yep. I agree.
Mhm.
100% in agreement. I love that. I absolutely love that. Um, so, how many sessions would it require for a person to, I know it's different, right? But I I just want to demystify the overall hypnosis process as either you're gonna be made to do something that you don't want, which we clarify that that's not
Yep.
possible, and that you're then kind of almost needing the hypnosis to function continuously. So, how many sessions would you say that it would take for someone to break free of those inner chains that we all carry?
You know what? That's a really good question, and I feel like the answer is sort of complex because
Yeah,
hypnosis could work in as little as one session. It just really depends on how deeply rooted that subconscious belief is.
yeah.
Um, I've seen anywhere from one session to six sessions,
Okay.
but I feel like I like to compare it to like that onion where you kind of like peel back the layers. So like you peel back the layer on one thing and then it pops up something else. So
So true.
yeah, so that's why I feel like it's really hard to say, but anywhere between one and six, or even more if you feel so called, but like there is no set number,
Okay.
which I
And
think is great.
I think so too. And something that I work a lot is also in limiting beliefs to push something else, right?
Hmm.
But it's kind of peeling the layers. That limiting belief can come from a particular experience where you were young,
Hmm.
and it can come also or ingrain even more in your subconscious by something else.
Hmm.
Would you say that that would take two separate hypnosis sessions to break free?
Yeah, I definitely would because I feel like each issue is sort of like its own session because you want to be able to clear that so that you have clarity when you're
Yeah.
looking at the next piece of the puzzle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, yeah, but I also feel like it can be, say you put two emotions together that you have complicated relationship with, you could certainly clear it in one session, but I definitely think that it's important to um, make sure each one is handled
Yeah.
so that it doesn't pop back up in the same form. Because
Awesome.
I'm sure like all of our limiting beliefs are formed generally when we're like 0 to 7 years old.
Yep.
And how do we process, like if we process them like a 7-year-old when we're 53, that's going to feel a lot different once you clear that emotion and process it as like your current self.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
The interesting part of what you say right now is that most of the time we don't even realize that we are reacting as our 7-year-old. It's so
Hmm.
normalized because it has been in our lifetime.
Yeah.
There's a cause, there's an effect, and that effect actually keeps repeating over decades and decades, and you don't even realize that you're being kind of that 7, 8-year-old that needs that tender loving care to release it. And sometimes you have to be the adult that you never had in your life in order to release it. So I just love what you're saying because um, there's so much that we pass as normal, that we
Yes,
pass as it's just who I am. But if it doesn't fit your path forward, it doesn't need to be.
exactly. Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love what you're saying. Um, so do you leave your clients with any tools, any just tell me all about it. I want to know.
So a lot of times after a hypno session, what I'll do is make a recording for them so that they
Okay.
can listen to it over and over because the subconscious mind loves a repetition. So the more
Oh,
often
good.
we give it the positive affirmations that it needs,
Yeah.
then the more concrete the change is going to be. So I like to make hypnosis audios based on my clients' words because then it resonates with them fully because it's their own words. But then I
Yeah.
also like to make subliminal audios because, a subliminal audio you can listen to when you're at work or you're, out for a walk or you're just laying around reading a book. So that it's just music with, these positive affirmations layered underneath. And it's really so cool.
That is amazing. I love that.
Mhm.
So what would be the difference of the subliminal audio versus the recording that you give them?
Okay, so the hypnosis audio would be like they would hear me bring them into a relaxed state, and then they would also hear me like going through and helping them release that negative belief. Whereas
Ah,
the subliminal is we take any affirmations that come out of the hypnosis session and layer them so that it's more like I am statements.
yes.
The hypnosis itself is sort of like you statements, like you are amazing, you are wonderful. Whereas in the subliminals, it's I am wonderful, I am amazing. You know what I mean? So
Oh
it's
my
like
goodness.
our brains hear it differently.
I am so excited. So, Melissa, where can people find you?
Ooh, exciting. Well, I do have a website. It's melissaburgio.com. And I also am on social media. So on Instagram, I'm at the Melissa Burgio. And LinkedIn, I'm also on LinkedIn. So if anybody would like to reach out.
Wonderful.
Yes, yes.
I am very excited. I'm going to leave your addresses in the comments. There may be or may not be a little bit of a goodie right there for you
Yes.
guys.
Yes, there will be a goodie.
Um,
Yes.
so take advantage of it. And Melissa, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so, so much for joining me today in Decoding Hypnotherapy.
Yes, I am here for this. I am here for you, making everybody understand all the different, processes and how amazing they are. And I look forward to helping anyone that would like my help.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. I'll see you on the next episode.